Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Tupten Dorji. We pay homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice today, Yellow Jambala. Sumu, Tanchen Katso, Tutan City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, how do you do?
I stayed 사랑해 오라미고 개개는 무쳐 스코인 이지만 김어지 주미 야비 뿌린뿌린 공방와
Today, we practiced Yellow Jambala. He's actually an emanation of Vaisravana. In Tantrayana, Tantric Buddhism, we have a wealth deity practices which does not exist in Mahayana Buddhism. Why do we have wealth deity practices? Primarily, just one word, one statement. To entice using desire and then to lead them onto the Buddha's path. Because human beings in the Saha world, I once asked a friend, I asked him, do you have a faith? And he said no. Then what do you believe in? So if you have no religion, then what do you believe in? And then he said, money. He just believes in money. So money, don't laugh because someone believes in money, but in reality there are many people who believe in money in this world. Nowadays the society, it's all about economy. Each and every president, as soon as they become president, they said that they would strive for the economy. So what is it? It's about money. So that's why Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva's mantra is Om Mani coming home. Of course, that's not the case. Om Mani bear me home.
Om Mani coming home.
But it sounds like Om Mani coming home. So many people believes in money. Human beings have 5 desires, 5 major desires. The first 3, money, sex or beauty, and fame. That's why money is extremely important. So nowadays, what we are striving for between countries on the whole earth. Think about trade wars. What are they fighting for? Economy, money. And look at the hackers that attacked the pipeline, as we all know, that we saw on the TV. The hackers the hacker attacked the colonial pipeline, so all they wanted was money. All about money. So when you have money, you become the big boss. If you have no money, then you're the little ones. The same in the Buddhist world. Let's talk about Taiwan. The 4 major or the 4 famous mountains. The richest one is Tzu Chi, number 1. The Foguang or Buddha Light is number 2. And Hua Gu or Flower Drum, Zhong Tai, that's number 3. Like buying the vaccines, Tzu Chi, Foguang also wanted to buy vaccines, but to Buddha school, we just buy. It's play of word, because we have no money. If we knew that they did not succeed, we should have pledged too. No money. I once said many years ago, people was asserting how much Tzu Chi has. It shocked me that I almost hid under the bed. Do we have money to Buddha school? Yes, but compared to Tzu Chi, that we don't even have the trailing numbers of Tzu Chi. We don't even have that, the trailing number of their assets. So what true Buddha school We don't have centralized administration or authority, but it's localized. This is all play of words. So the central, the head center does not have money. Like Buddha Foundation doesn't have money. It's just like a beggar. That's why I say that Buddha school is like a beggar's group, like beggars union. Although it's a big group, but we have no money. The money is distributed to all the local chapters. So when someone believes in money, and Tantric Buddhism, we do have wealth practices, but not in Mahayana Buddhism. So for the Mahayana Buddhism, on the service that they don't have wealth practices, but inconspicuously that they do. So, and the other way around for Tantric Buddhism. That publicly we have wealth practices, but not secretly. Yeah. So we have wealth deity practices in Tantric Buddhism. You believe in money. So if you want fame, in Tantric Buddhism we have that too. Like the Dorje Shuddhan or Garuda, the Garuda practice and Shuddhan Dorje can make you gain fame, big fame. So wealth, beauty and fame, and there are spiritual cultivation practices for them to entice beings and to enter onto the proper path of Buddhism. So in Tantric Buddhism we do have wealth deity practices, and Buddha school does too. And for this wealth deity practices, there are many individuals to gain wealth and great fortune. A mom carrying her child to get on the public bus, and they sat next to the driver, and the kid keeps crying. Doesn't matter how the mom tried to calm him down, and the driver started to become impatient and look at the mom and said, "Why are you educating your child? You know, just give him whatever he wants." And the mom replied, "Hey, my kid wants your steering wheel." The teacher asked Xiaoming, to steam a bun, it takes 1 minute. How long does it take to steam 9 buns? And Xiaoming said, 9 minutes. And the teacher said, stupid. Do you steam your bun one by one? And Xiaoming did not want to accept that and asked, so it takes 1 minute to eat a bun. How long does it take to eat 10 buns? And the teacher said 10 minutes. And Xiaoming replied, do you think I'm as dumb as you? Now, back to the focal point. Now we'll do question and answer. From Taiwan, Lianhua Tingyu. Homage to the most precious lineage root guru, the Dharma King Liansheng. I have 3 questions on the water offering practice. Please compassionately advise. 1. Grandmaster once taught us that a true Buddha school disciple if able to practice 200 Homa offerings as a foundation to prepare for enough resources for their spiritual cultivation. Because it is inconvenient for me to practice Homa, does water offering practice give the same results? Yes. Because nowadays it's very difficult to do Homa, fire offering. With the little smoke, they will call the fire department. Like in America, at the Seattle Lechang Temple, you don't have a place to practice Homa. At the Rainbow Villa, then you can practice Homa. Because it's rather remote. So at the remote place, so it's a destiny. We have Rainbow Villa, Rainbow Temple. In the past, at the Seattle Lechang Temple, at the cul-de-sac here, we also did the Homa. And the neighbors then were not concerned. But now, if they see any smoke, they would call 911. In America, we call 911. And in Taiwan, we call 119. It's the other way around. So, because of the circumstances, so of course you cannot do it at your home. I understand in Taiwan, and you can only do it on the roof or on the deck, and of course because of the smoke you can't. So yes, you can practice water offering in place of fire offering or Homa. When you do the water offering practice, you have to invoke the water deva. And to do the Homa, fire offering, you have to invoke the fire deva. So for the water offering, you have the water deva to transfer your offerings to the yidam and the deities. And for homa, it's the same. We invoke the fire deva to transfer the offerings to the yidam of the offering. So yes, water offering has the same concept as the fire offering. In the water offering practice, Grandmaster taught us to invoke the water deva or water heavenly God. In your book 226, open your heart to faith. The mantra for water deva.
Om Moto Sri Soha.
The mudra is the water deva mudra. The left hand forms a fist. The thumb is not inside the palm. The index finger straightened but slightly bent. Can you please teach us the mantra and the correct mudra? The index finger is like this. The left hand forms a fist. So the thumb is not inside, but it's outside. And the index finger straightened but slightly bent. That's the correct mudra. It's a little bit like the hook mudra, the Vajra hook mudra. And the mantra.
Om Puranana Naya Soha. Om Moto Sri Soha. 这个就是咒音跟正确的手。
So that's the mantra and the correct mudra.
第三，承上者问
3.
再请师尊开示。水天神
For the above practice, do we need empowerment for invoking the water deva and his mudra and mantra? Are you willing to bestow the empowerment remotely? Yes, for water deva. We can do the remote empowerment. For forming his mudra and mantra, you can receive remote empowerment. No problem. That was question by Lian Hua Ting Yu from Taiwan. The second person, Lian Hua Zheng Zong from Taiwan. He wrote the Buddha.
Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. 他没有写 Namo Buddhaya， 他直接讲佛陀好。
So,
印错还是说错
the Buddha, how are you?
释迦牟尼佛好。
Or
弟子莲花正宗
or are you, is that a typo? Sakyamuni Buddha, how are you?
回答弟子的问题。
Could you please answer my question?
著作及开示极多。
Grandmaster has humongous amount of writings and teachings. And the so-called sutras were the records of the words of the Buddha. Grandmaster is a Buddha. So may we, your disciples, treat your writings and teachings as Buddhist sutras, and may we select an article that we like and make it a reading at the centers. I especially love an article from the book number 76, Nights at the Phantom Lake, an article entitled Descending onto the Realm of Hells. This article is very majestic to read. It resembles the advanced version of the Sutra of Siddhagarbha Bodhisattva Fundamental Vows. It is worthy of recitation and propagations. Thank you very much for taking the time to answer my silly question. I wish you health, peace, joy, and wish Grandmaster and Simu to wildly salvage sentient beings and accomplish immeasurable merits. He meant this book, Nights at the Phantom Lake, Nights at the Phantom Lake, book number 76, an article descending onto the realm of hells. He found this article to be excellent, and could we recite this at the temples like a sutra? You recite it like a Buddhist sutra. He loves to read this article, Descending onto the Realm of Hells. According to what I know, the content of this article there are two ways to get to hell. The first one is you got to hell by your mighty power. The second way is because of your heavy karma. There are only two kinds. And in the book Nights at the Phantom Lake, I mentioned that Grandmaster went to hells by the mighty power, divine mighty power. There are three places in hells. The first one is the true hells, 8 cold and 8 hot hells. That's the basic hells. And the second one borderline hells. And the third kinds of hells are the solitary hells. So hells are divided into 3 kinds. The first one is the basic hells, borderline hells, and the solitary hells. And Grandmaster have said that at the desolate places there are hells. At the ocean shores there are also hells. In the forests there are also hells. Many kinds of hells. They are considered to be solitary hells. And the hells of the ghost witch is also solitary hells. I once said too that the hospitals are hells. The hospitals are hells. When you lie in hospitals, once you are hospitalized, you suffer
开心呀 ，open heart。
You know, the surgeries.
开心啊
It's open heart surgery.
开脑啊，这换肝啊。
Open your brain, changing your liver, your kidneys.
开刀啊，种种的开刀。
All kinds of operations. So, what are they if not hells?
我也讲过啊，地狱其实以为说有很多人讲说根本就没有地狱。
Some people say, many people say that there are no hells, but hells also exists in the human world to make you suffer. Amputation, amputating your arms and your legs, and to operate on your brain. So what are they if not hells?
我们有所谓的八大地狱。
So there are the 8 big hells or major hells, solitary hells, the separate, scattered hells.
有8寒8热地狱是根本地狱。
8 cold of freezing and 8 scorching hells, and borderline hells 16.
你就知道这些东西。
有真谛。
那么地狱啊，其实不是只有地狱，地狱里面还有地藏王菩萨的净土。
And hells are not just hells. There's also Siddhikara Bodhisattva's Pure Land in hells.
那么我个人他问的这个问题，台湾莲花正宗的。
So this question asked by Lianhua Zhengzong from Taiwan. He loves this article descending on the realm of hells. He said the article is very majestic to read. It resembles the advanced version of the Sutta of Siddhikara Bodhisattva Fundamental Vows. If you have time, you can read it. You can read this article.
如果如同莲花正宗所讲的，
If it is like what Lianhua Zhengzong said,
能够课诵，
can be recited,
认为说可以，你可以拿这个来当课诵。
Grandmaster thinks it's allowed. You can recite it. Because the Sutra of Siddhikara Bodhisattva Fundamental Vows also mention about the situations in hells. So, what Grandmaster saw in hells were recorded and you can also recite it. Because Siddhikara Bodhisattva is also a lotus youth of Padma Kumara. He's like, and Grandmaster are like brothers. Siddhikara Bodhisattva and Grandmaster Lu are like brothers. So you can recite it as. So if you think so, then you can do it. The third question from Singapore. Bai Jiayun. Beloved Grandmaster, my father, Bai Su Sun, due to contact with, there's a typo here. So my father, Bai Su Sun, due to contact with the COVID-19 patient, is now in isolation. Although he has no symptoms thus far, but he and our whole family of 4 have probably been infected. In this urgent situation, other than chanting the Root Guru mantra as we normally do, is there anything else we can do to avoid getting sick or to lessen it? Asked by Bai Jia Yin from Singapore. His father, Bai Su Sun, was in contact with the COVID-19 patient. So he's afraid that he and his family may got COVID-19. And they normally chant Padma Kumara mantra. But they ask, is there anything else to do to avoid getting sick or to lessen it? This pandemic gives all of us a huge headache. It's impossible for us to live a normal life. Other than the proper prevention, we also have the protection talisman and also the protective herbal powder. It's not edible. So other than chanting the Root Guru mantra, you can also chant Namo Hala Hera Hum Hala Soha. Om Dala Dudala Dula Namo Hala Hera Hum Hala Soha. 你可以念除瘟疫度母的心咒。You can also chant the mantra of Tara, who dispels epidemics. And we also have a talisman of Fu to dispel epidemics. So we have Fu or talisman, the herbal powder that you can wear. It's not to be eaten. And you can also chant the mantra of Tara, who dispels epidemics. And we all know about the prevention, and we all should understand how to prevent it. So that's the answer to Bai Jia Yin from Singapore. So the whole family of 4 may be infected. When did we get this question? Who's compiling these questions? Not here. When was? Let's share a joke. Kangaroo from Australia. He said, when you have no money inside the tummy, doesn't matter how big your tummy is, you still have no, you still a mouse, because kangaroo in Chinese is like a mouse. And the mouse said, as soon as you're born, you're old. This is only meaningful in Chinese. The guinea pig, when it was just born, it was so tiny and it's transparent. You can see the intestines. White mouse, really tiny, and you hold the tail and you can see the intestines. So they're so tiny, but in Chinese it's called like the old mouse. So they're old. And the fish said, doesn't matter, even if you beat me to death, I would not get on the net or internet. And the squid said, yeah, this is only meaningful in Chinese.
一个刺猬，大家知道，刺猬就是身体有刺的那一种叫做刺猬。真想感受与别人拥抱的滋味。他没有办法跟人家拥抱啊。
Like a hedgehog cannot hug each other because they have all the spines around them. And the dairy cow said, so many drink my milk, but nobody calls me mom. And the mosquito says, if we can make the human being to clap us, that's worthy even when we die. Panda, it's a destiny that in this lifetime I cannot have any colored photo, always black and white. And lobster says, it's also only in Chinese. Playful. And the snail.
蜗牛还是蜗牛？蜗牛。蜗牛讲，人人羡慕我一出生。
The snail said, everybody was envious that I'm born with a house, but nobody knew that it's so much suffering. It's a hardship carrying your house around all the time.
刚刚那位那个 COVID-19 的那个。
With the question about the COVID-19.
他传过来的问题是2020年。
The question was asked on October 23rd, 2020.
这也是一个笑话。
That's a joke too.
这个白家运问这个问题哦，
this
白运。
白家运 asked this question.
人家2020年10月
It's the same as not
传
asking.
过来的。
It was asked on October 23rd, 2020, and we should have answered right away.
2020年10月23。
Since October 23rd. I hope that you're all still alive. And we only answer now. What year is it? Now it's 2021, June 12. And you asked the question on October 23rd. 8 months ago, and we are answering only now. And the question is only submitted now. So the compiler or editor, when you receive the questions, you have some urgent ones have to be replied right away, have to be answered right away. So the editor is it's for nothing. Then if it happens, it happened. So I hope that you are fine. That's Bai Jiayin from Singapore. And you ask on October 23rd, 2020. So we have delayed your answer for 8 months. So it's also important to answer questions, things of the crucial timeline. We have to answer right away. Now we will expound on Lamdre. Also, by merely obtaining one's own body desire is self-mastery. Having complete non-leakage marriage is the extreme success of all self-mastery. The rest will be explained in later chapters on dawn of realization and moment of liberation. Let me tell everyone, in your spiritual cultivation, if you can attain non-leakage merits, then you would be able to have the extreme success of all self-mastery. So what is non-leakage merits is when you have a non-leaking wisdom. And in your physical body, your chi channels and light drops also non-leaking. So the non-leakage in form and then formless non-leakage. And if they're all pure, then you can attain all kinds of self-masteries. Then you can get all sort of masteries. For the inner verification, the inner verification of the half-ground arises on the chi, as in the verse in quotes, inner verification. Life zeal chi enters the awatuti or central channel. the life-zealous energy enters the outer form of our character between the half chakra at the top knot or head bump. The head bump, we refer to it as half crown. To the crown chakra, 12 crown, and if you reach the head bump, that's 12 and a half crown. In verification, the life seal chi enters the awaduti, which is central channel. Your chi enters the central channel, and the two channels, the life-zealous energy enters the outer form of our character between the half chakra at the head bump. Chi reaches the 12 and a half ground, the head bump. Like Amitabha Buddha has the head bump on top of the head. When you become a Buddha, there's a round, like head bump. Or that one, Padma Kumara at the center. He also have a head bump, and here too. The appearance of the head bump, that's the same as half crown. The shiny part, that's the head bump. So when the chi reaches the head bump from the central channel, and that's 12 and a half crown. The outer verification. The outer verification arises on the light drops, as in the verse in quotes. Outer verification, the light drops stabilize at the half chakra at the head bump. At the half chakra at the head bump, the area ambrosia is solid. At this time, one has concealed horse, speech cons, auspicious knot at the chest, and white tuft at brow points, and other signs of attainments. So at this time, you're about to attain Buddhahood at 12 and a half grounds. In Mahayana Buddhism, the 11th ground is considered Buddhahood. The outer appearance, the head bump, is very strong, very stable. And concealed horse, what is that? Typically speaking, when we draw in breath, we retract our secret part into our body. That's called concealed horse. When you train in martial arts, you would know about this concealed horse. Because for man, we have a dead point. If you are hit at that place, then you would have no strength at all, and you just crouch on the ground and screaming in misery. And in the Tai Chi Chuan, that posture where you kind of dip, it's the needle at the bottom of the ocean. That's the posture of Tai Chi Chuan. And You dip it and then you lift it up. The good name is the needle at the bottom of the ocean, or not. It's so you still pitch under the armpit, kind of. Then you catch the balls. If those parts were being squeezed or kicked, then you would be in huge pain and you have no more strength whatsoever. So it's a very scheming method. It's a very treacherous posture method. So there's a practice that you can conceal or you can retract your secret part into your body. That's called the concealed horse. If you don't explain it, if I don't explain it, you wouldn't understand. It's a kind of kung fu. So you inhale and then you withdraw all your secret parts into your body. That does happen. When you become a Buddha and reach the 12.5 ground, and you have reached the head bum, and the same, you can do the concealed horse. The thing that you conceal would become the head bum. It's a very strange thing. The speech conch, what is that? When you reach the 12.5 ground, the words that you speak become Dharma. All the words that you speak are completely Dharma. And you have an auspicious knot at the chest. You show your chest like Grandmaster, and at the center there's a darkened mark, and there's the swastika, the backward swastika, the Buddhist swastika. Each and every Buddha would have that Buddhist swastika on their chest. Do we have them on the chest here? Oh, they missed it. Because the symbols of Buddhas is this Buddhist mark or swastika on their chests. That's, yes, that's the one. This will appear. And have you seen my bare chest? What is it? Swastika. No, it's just a black mark. And it becomes an auspicious knot. And that's the swastika on the chest. That's in the outer signs or outer verification. Concealed horse, speech cons, auspicious knot at the chest, white tuft at brow points. In between your eyebrows, there's a white hair that's circling, and there would be light. That's the auspicious light of the white brow. Typically with this eyebrow and in between them there's a circle, and that circle is the place of the auspicious light of the white brow, of the white and concealed horse. A grandmaster is able to do that too. And then you inhale, and that thing all got in, and nothing. When someone wants to harm you there, they cannot. So if you can practice until you reach that, I have reached half or more than half. I can truly withdraw it, retract it, and then let it out. Withdraw it and then let it out. When I withdraw it, it's called a pole in the grass. You can just see the grass, but no jewel. The jewel is hidden inside the grass. If you want to let it out, you just breathe in again and then you let it out. Luckily, Grandmaster knows about all of this. What is concealed horse, what is speech cons, what is auspicious knot at the chest, and the white tuft at brow points. These are signs of Buddhahood. And conclusion. Conclusion, but he used a different term there. The verse, in quotes, 12.5 ground, end quote, refers to the first instant of attaining the ultimate path on the 13th ground. It is referred as entering the four. It is to establish entering the four cultivation. So at the head balm there's the concealed horse, speech cons, auspicious knot, and the auspicious light at the brow point. Those are the outer verification. That's almost Buddhahood. It's already Buddhahood. In Mahayana Buddhism, the 11th ground is already Buddhahood. And the marvelous realization, that's Buddhahood. The 11th ground. So there are many appearance or marks of a Buddha. Some people in their palms there's some concealed sign, like there's a Dharma cons that they would give Dharma teaching. So therefore, of all of our offering items, there's also a cons that spiral clockwise. Is that the one?
对。那是一个法雷。
That's a Dharma conch.
对。而这个法雷的纹路要顺时钟转的。
But the spiral has to be clockwise, and it should be white.
我们如果你的手掌上
If on your palms there's a Dharma conch and it is clockwise, then that's a very auspicious mark. And also mark on your chest, at your brow point, at the head bump, and also concealed horse. If your chi practice has succeeded and reached 12.5 ground, then all these marks will appear. What does Grandmaster have on his chest? Swastika. I have a mark on my chest. Anybody else? Anybody here? You too? No. Do I have the mark on? Should I show it to everybody? I have a little bit. Right. It's here, right? When this mark becomes auspicious knot, then Grandmaster will not be seated here, but over there instead. It did not exist before. There was a time that it almost looked like a swastika, but I don't know why it got back. I didn't draw it. If I had read about Lamdre, what's in Lamdre today, I would have drawn the swastika at home. Just kidding. My house was being robbed, being stolen, and everything was taken away. But there was a bowl of noodle in the kitchen table and a note. I feel sorry I took everything, but I felt bad, so that's why I left a bowl of noodle for you. Hopefully it's still warm. And the owner was in tears and cried out, you gave me a bowl of noodles, but you didn't even leave me a pair of chopsticks. That's all for today.